Hi guys, welcome to the final episode of the Drafted Glory of the week. Up until this point, we've not really got anything which has sold, and not really much money made this week, and that's what happens when no promos are going on. But I still like to grind, still like to get players in the club, because who knows, they could be worth something in the future. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you do hit the subscription button, hit the bell button as well so you never miss an upload, and feel free to leave a like rating on it. Today is Black Friday, so I expect loads of other videos, guys, mainly pack openings on the channel. Now, we've got the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. 4-2-2-2. He's probably looking like a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow today. Somewhat different. I think it's different. Anyway, I don't think I've done this week. And we start off with right wing George Best, who I am going to take, guys, for the bench as a player to come on. Maybe it can. That's why you used him last year. And he was absolutely fantastic. Hopefully I can get some more icons, though. Maybe some new Team of the Week players. That'd be fantastic. We do get a Team of the Week player, but we'll take him because he's a Team of the Week player. That's the only reason I'll take him. Next striker, Mandzukic, Immobile, Mertens. I'm going to go with Mertens up front. I am. Belgium link, pretty useful, and Serie A link as well. We've got Forsberg, Lalic. We've got informs for days, but nothing really else. So I'm like, torn, who do I take here? I may as well go with Forsberg for now. Four special cards in a row. Can we make it 5? Witzel. We do make it 5. And one which actually links to both players as well, both Mertens and Forsberg. We get Mario Götze, Goretzka. See, Götze would be the best shout, I think. I don't really know. Or Goretzka would be. Yeah, I think Goretzka would be, actually. We'll go with Goretzka. And then maybe it's going to be a Bundesliga team. Weigl, Fellaini. Another Belgium link. Ooh, random. It's random. It is a random draft, guys. I don't really want to go too far away from what we've got already. So Weigl will probably be my shout in this team. Yeah, I'm going to stick with what I know, guys. Fellaini's obviously the best player to take, but for chemistry, I'm going to go Weigl. Something different as well. Sort them 2 round. And we're still short of a Serie A, another Napoli player. Is Insigne got a striker version? I don't know. But we have got Piszczek, which is pretty good. And Bender as well, German. But I will go with Piszczek. Left back. Hey, it could be a full Bundesliga team, this one. Oh, no. It screws up a little bit. We've got Grisquito, Danny Rose, Nacho Monreal. And not really any other, like, German. No, there's nothing, is there? So I'm a bit torn. I'll go with Danny Rose. English, might be able to do something there. We'll swap them 2 around. And them as well. And now we're on the lookout for English or Serie A if possible. We get Mangala. There's no one else in there, so I will take Mangala. And centre back on this side. Hopefully Serie... Oh, now we've got Rojo. We've got Rojo and Smalling, or Brooks. And I'm going to go with Smalling just because of the strong link. Because we might be able to get away with like a David De Gea or a Lloris in net. None of which we get. We get Fabianski. It works, doesn't it? It does work for now. So we have come into the Premier League side of things. And actually for that, we could knock chemistry up to 94 there. George Best on low chem. Still looking for a David De Gea. Perim, Szczesny. No better Premier... Oh, there is a better Premier League goalkeeper. There's Petr Cech. But... yeah, I'll go with Petr Cech. I'll go with Petr Cech in there. Get that rating up a little bit. Defence, still looking for a replacement for... Oh, Howardez, DeMarcos, Toprak. That's a huge one. It's better than... Is it better than Mangala? I would say it's better than Mangala. Vogt as well, but I'm going to go with Toprak, who can play there. He actually drops the chemistry down by 3. David De Gea. David De Gea will be perfect in there. We get Hughes, Butler, Olsen, Padoin. We'll take Padoin. And now we're into the midfield. Hopefully some better... Ooh. Says Fabregas. Nada. Marco Reus. there's not really much choice in taking him. If I wasn't taking him, it would be for a cam or inform version. So I'm going to take super sub, guys. I'm going to take Quadrado in the team. Next midfielder, Emre Can. German. There's not really much else there, is there? So we'll take Emre Can. I don't know how I can get him to work. There was also that left mid as well. Ooh, Closer. That is fantastic. Baby Closer. I think that's a baby one anyway. But we've got Baby Closer. He can play striker. And that does sort of help us. Yeah, it does. We're at 98 chem. And you guys know when I go looking for that extra 2 chem, I never get it. So let's see if we can get it today. We got Finn Bogsum, who would get me full chem because he is Germany 1. Schürrle and Jamie Vardy. I'll take Finn Bogson, but I don't think I'm going to be using him. Hopefully I won't be using him anyway. He would help me get full chemistry to the front forwards. There, like, where is he? No, that's the wrong player. So I'll put Finn Bogson in. He does go to full, he does get us a full chem. It's a low rated draft up until this point now, guys. 83 at this stage. And we've got 2 icons. We've got 4 more picks. All of them should be gold. Mahrez, Callahan, Rooney. Riyadh. I think I will take Riyadh for now. Yeah, I'll go Riyadh Mahrez. He can come on in instead of Mangala. Does that take up to an 84? No. Damn, it still could be a low rated. Let's hope for some huge players here. Marco Reus. That's one I was looking for. 87 rated Marco Reus. Which means I could drop out. I could drop him to there. And then drop out Weigl for Reus. And then boom, like that. Yeah, that looks like a better team. That looks like a sick team. We'll keep it as it is as well. A few more picks. A Lewandowski. Oh, game. It's like you're gifting me players I want. So we've got Lewandowski up front with... yeah, Lewandowski's definitely going to get a pick in over Finn Bogson. We'll go with that. Finn Bogson can go on the bench now. So we are at 84. And we've got one more pick to go. Alisson, Van Dijk. It's not the new one. But the only issue I've got, if I do take Van Dijk, Rose will be on low chemistry. And I don't have a left back. So I'm like torn to take Alisson just because he would be a better goalkeeper at check on low chemistry. And I might decide to go with that, I think. Yeah, Alisson over Van Dijk. Which one would I rather have? There is nothing there. So I will go with Alisson for this one, guys. In net over check. That's 3 goalkeepers I picked. And the only reason I'm doing that is because of if I did take Van Dijk, he would lower chemistry Danny Rose and potentially mess it up to everyone. But everyone's on full chemistry. We've got 1 icon in the starting 11, 1 on the bench, which is nice. And we've got a 184 rated draft. A lot of Bundesliga players in there. But I do like it. I do like it a lot. That's a nice team. That is a nice team. Whether it plays well in draft, who knows? We'll find out, obviously, in the next bunch. And as a manager, we've got chemistry there to... have we got Brazilian? We have. So we could take Brazilian chemistry. But I think I'd rather take it on English. Yeah, we'll take it on the English chem there with Ken Sham. So that's the draft done. Something a little bit different. An icon which I've not used already, which is Closer. And we've not got... Have we got any of the new team of the week? So I don't think we have we? Because 87 Van Dijk, Mertens, Quadrado. No, there's not. I don't think there's new ones. Unless Finn Bogson's a new one, but I don't think he is it? Let's take a look. I don't think he's from this week's team of the week. No, he isn't. So that's it, guys. Let's get into it and see how we do. I like the look of this a lot. So guys, moving on into the first game up against Suarez, inform version, the Isco, Vitolo, Gamero, Georgie Best as well, the card which we've got on the bench, Vidal, inform Gordy, Murillo, Carvajal, and who's that in there? Neto, and I don't know the right back. I should know the right back. Who's in the left back anyway. But This was a tough team. It was a tough team. He didn't take long to break it down though, guys. Witzel with the shot, saved by the keeper. And I think if that was Marco Reus, that potentially could have been a goal. But then the ball whipped in, and look at that for an introduction to our man Miroslav Klose. He puts us 1-0 up with a bullet header which goes over the defender's head and goes in off the post. It's literally like what he does in real life, guys. Ball whipped in. There is Closer with a head. But from the kickoff, I was caught dry, and I don't know how he got through, but he does. He makes it 1-1. A frustrating goal to give away. I was devastated at how fast I'd given it away as well. And then the ball is put out to the wing here. Closer with the pickup. Gets it over to Forsberg. Forsberg to Lewin. Lewin holds on to it. Lines it up. And it's like time finesse central when I'm in draft, guys. Obviously, in draft, you come up against a mixed caliber opponent. Some of them are very, very good. Some of them are not so good. And they're the ones which you get rage quits in and get a lot of goals against. And if you guys have played draft, you'll know that it's a very mixed bag of players compared to rivals and compared to foot champs. Them two are two game modes which are completely filled with people who want to win games, move the keeper and whatnot, and know how to defend the time shot. Now, we took advantage here, guys. We go 3-1 up in this game. Forsberg hitting a nice time shot as well. And I was looking for potentially one more goal, and I might have seen my opponent disappear out of the game. Goretzka into Lewandowski. Lewandowski over to Rose. Rose inside the area, looking for the penalty, but decides to tap it back. Picks the ball up, gets it to Lewin. Lewin, another time shot. He makes it 4-1 in the 26th minute of the game, and that was enough for my opponent to disappear out, guys, and us getting a pass into the quarter-final of the draft. So, a nice start. 4 goals, a little bit of a mixed bag up front as well, with 2 tall strikers. Usually like my tall and small, so having Klose and Lewandowski up front was going to be proving a little bit difficult for me to get used to. Whipping the ball in might have been a good way of doing it, but one of the problems we've got with doing that is we haven't got a wide formation, we've got a narrow, so we've got to adjust to the 1-2s, slow build up and get our game in that way. Now, opponent in this game, give me a bit of a scare. Ball into Salah out in the wing. He dribbles on the inside with a nice turn here and smashes it in off the keeper's leg, which bouncing off the post and then still goes in. A rough goal to concede, and I was getting shushed like hell in this match as well. And I still do love that EA FIFA mobile kit as well. I think it's a fantastic kit, and one which a lot of people are actually rocking in the draft this week. So we do make it 1-0 to him, and then we had to come back into the game. Ball into Royce. Royce with the ball over to Goretzka inside, and somehow we don't get it through, but we pick it up in the midfield. Ball into Goretzka. Goretzka over to Lewin. And it opened up, guys. The finesse shot goes in, and that is 1-1 in the 29th minute of the game. A very, very nice finish, and back in it. Well, I thought I was back in it until my opponent goes up the other end and gets a decent opportunity. Ball into Cavani. Cavani with a turn, the touch, and the finish makes it 2-1. And my opponent was all about that shush life. Guys was running around shushing me after getting the goal. So we were a little bit more hyped up to get the win in this match. But it meant get going forward and actually wait until the second half to get a chance. And you can see all his players pinned back. Marco Reus with the ball out to Piszczek. Piszczek gets it inside to Mertens. Mertens over to Goretzka. And Goretzka, another time shot, and that is us back on level terms in the quarter-final. Very, very nice goal, but they're like, because they were becoming the standards. The finesse shots this year are like how driven shots. There were a lot. I think driven shots are more broken than the low drivens compared to previous years. I'm actually going to ask on Twitter about that, see what people think. But Royce with the ball in, gets a save off the keeper. I don't think this was a time shot. It wasn't bad, but I get a flick on header, guys, and I do score there. We make it 3-2 in the 58th minute of the game, and it is Closer coming up with important heads and getting the work in. So I was happy with that, and then the nail in the coffin, guys. Ball over to Closer into Best, I think it was, over to Danny Rose. Rose inside the area, whips it in horribly, but my opponent clears it straight to me. Mertens picks up the ball. Mertens over to Royce. Flick. Fake shot, turn, and the finesse shot. We make it 4-2 in the 78th minute, and that was enough, guys, to see us, one, be able to do the shush celebration, and then the getting a team over to completely rub it in that little bit extra, and that would see us into the semi-final of the draft. So a 4-2 victory, a 4-1 victory, high-scoring games, but now this was potentially where we're going to come up against the difficult opponents and the ones which could knock us out, you know. Like this, so far this week, we've won 3 drafts out of 4. If we win this one today, it will be 4 out of 5. But the team, Messi, Costa, scare card as well. Champions League, Piqué, Champions League, Sanchez, Kante, Carlos, Umtiti, Hernandez in form as well, and Vidal and Oblak in there. Nice team that my opponent had, and we get caught short again, guys. Ball into Costa, over to Messi, and Messi with a lobbed header beats the keeper. I still don't know what Alisson was doing that far off his line, but we do go 1-0 down. Ball inside, cut off nicely by Rose into Witsel, over to Goretzka. Goretzka with a ball inside to Royce, into Lewin. Lewin to Klose, and Klose's got that free shot over the keeper, and that is 1-0 in the 21st minute. 1-1 in the 21st minute, so we tied it up. Moving on into the second half, ball inside to George Best, over to Mahrez. Mahrez lining it up, and the outside of the foot time finesse shot makes it 2-1 in the 55th minute, and that was enough to see us into another final of the draft. So regardless, this week we've got into 5 finals. We've only won 3. If we win this, it'd be a number 4. But the opponent we're up against today is Eden Hazard, Henderson, Lingard, Moutinho, Best, Griezmann, Robertson, Lovren, 2 of the best defenders in the world, Otamendi, Pereira, and the Spanish goalkeeper, who I can't remember his name. But high-rated team, which did potentially point to some really, really good subs on the bench. And I wasn't wrong about that either. Ball over. Goretzka gets the pass on the inside to Piszczek. Piszczek over to Witsel, to closer to Royce. Royce with a turn. Royce with a finesse shot. Sinks it into the far corner. And within 3 minutes, we are 1-0 up. Very happy with it. The contrast as well. I don't know if you guys can see. The contrast of this stadium, the Stadium of Light, it put me off a little bit. I was like, what the hell is even going on here? It looked a bit messy, you know, but I was like, right, we'll get on with the game anyway. I can't really complain about it, as it's obviously in FIFA, everyone's putting with it. My opponent with the ball in, he misses a shot there, which is completely good. I'd be gutted if I missed that. He misses it. We go up the other end with Klose into Forsberg. Klose with a pick off, holds onto the ball nicely, gets it into Smalling, over to Goretzka, and then we got a running on goal. Ball inside to Royce. Royce with the turn, opens his body up, scores the finesse shot. 2-0 in the 31st minute. This was looking like it potentially could have been a very, very easy draft final victory. And then I started to go to sleep. I didn't concentrate, and my opponent come into the game with the chances he was having up until this point. And by the time he got his by the time he got firing, I was like, right, this is so hard to compete with. Ball out here to Piszczek. Didn't really see an error with that. But then a horrible pass allows the ball into Best. Over to Hazard. Hazard to Best. Best to Hazard. Hazard to Best. Best with the finesse shot. Curls it in around the goalkeeper and pulls the game 2-2-1. Still 40 minutes. Sorry, 35 minutes for him to get into the game. Now we're going on the attack, still pushing for that 3rd goal. Royce holding on to the ball. Dribbles a bit too much there, gets the ball intercepted by Florenzi, over to George Best. George Best to Griezmann. Griezmann with the turn over to Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard with a cut on the inside is able to square it back easily to Griezmann, over to Neymar, and Neymar, the super sub, makes it 2-2 for him in the 68th minute. Now that was the last clip. Nothing really went down actually in the final final 22 minutes. We move on into extra time, and in the 108th minute, going on the attack, ball intercepted nicely, ball over to Pereira. Pereira with the pass on the inside to Florenzi. Florenzi over to Milinkovic, into Neymar. Neymar to Griezmann. We were caught with the 1-2s, guys. Griezmann gets a shot off, beats the keeper, and my opponent wins the draft final today. But let's hope we can get some decent packs. And we take a loss in the draft final to finish off the week, guys. Ayosha picking up the win. Deserved win as well. After he got the goal in extra time as well, I wasn't getting that ball back off him, and he held possession very, very well. But we had the better of the chances, and I'm a little bit annoyed, but what can you do? It's not as bad as the defeat on Wednesday, where the keeper went for the ball and didn't get it. So 4-1, 4-2, 2-1, and a 3-2 loss in the final gets us a rare player pack. Is that a 50k pack for losing the draft final? Well, that's fantastic. Let's see if it's got anything in it. It hasn't. Has it got an inform? Has it got a board? It's got a board at least. And the player is an English board. Goalkeeper. Oh, it's Pickford. 83 rated Pickford. And the only pack we're getting from the episode today. But a 50k pack for losing in the draft final. I will never complain about that. Party, who was a team of the week last week. I've also got Pickford for 1.9 as well. That'd be, yeah. We'll list him up now as an 83 because player prices are going to dip quite a lot, I think, after the... Ooh. No, he's not worth anything. Who else would be worth money? Philip, maybe? Yeah, Philip's worth a little bit, so we'll list him up. Rest, probably not, so we'll hold on to them. And the maybe these players. Yeah, 1.3 on Quartes. And Mariano, Real Madrid. No, not really. So we'll send them to the trade pile. Anyway, so there we are, guys. A 50k pack for losing in the draft final. I won't say no. It may, it probably hasn't got us our money back, but 12 things have sold if you guys haven't seen as well. But we're going to hopefully come back next week with some big wins and fingers crossed do the business there. So guys, leave a like rating, subscribe if you're not, and see you all later. Bye-bye.